Hello, I'm Will. I'm here with Mike. We're the Tabletop Donkeys.
Hello.
And welcome back once again to Warhammer 40k Conquest. We've got issue 57 for you today, and there'll be a battle report shortly in this episode, but if you want to skip straight ahead to that, there's a timecode in the description. But we're going to have a look at the magazine first. With this issue, we've got two pots of paint, a pot of Thousand Suns Blue and Temple Guard Blue, for painting plasma effects, as it says on the front, so we'll see that shortly. And there's obviously a picture of a Raven Guard on the front, and then, yes, as you might guess, the Raven Guard. So, because continuing our look at the first founding legions of the Space Marines, now chapters obviously. So the 19th Legion, the Sons of Korax, armoured in black, and they're like sneaking and stealth and stuff like that. Then we've got some Legacy of Secrecy. This is more History of the Dark Angels chapter and their actions throughout the millennia. Then Space Marine Stern Guard Veterans. Well, Space Marine Veterans are just that, but Stern Guard Veterans are particularly ones who take to the field with bolter weaponry and various variants thereof, so combi bolters and so forth, and sometimes special weapons as well. So there's actually some pictures of some models there with various equipment. And Demons of Nurgle Kugath Plaguefather, who is a great unclean one. So it's just his story, and he's got a laboratory apparently for making new plagues and so forth. Now we've got some stuff about the god Tzeentch, Chaos God of deceit and trickery and scheming and things like that. The Pyroclastic Conclave is a conflagration legion led by the exalted Lord of Change Shimdre Lex Khazar. And that's just a kind of order of battle insofar as demons actually have such a thing, just a load of demons. And then a showcase of Tzeentch demon miniatures. So that is Kairos Fate Weaver, a greater demon of Tzeentch. Some lesser demons, Horrors, Screamers, Flamers, and the Changeling, who's a mischievous demon. And Chariot. And the Scourge Stars are a domain of the Death Guard near to Macragge, within the Ultramarine sort of territory. They were apparently relatively peaceful worlds within Ultramar originally, but now they've been taken over by the Death Guard and they've been putrefied and plague-ridden. Now, as I said before, we've got how to paint plasma effects using our new two paints. So these are both roughly the same hue, but slightly different intensity. So they're perfect for painting the plasma coils, and they show you how to do this on all of the Space Marine miniatures and, well, on the Hellblasters and then on all of the terrain pieces that involve plasma. So we've got the plasma conduits, the hemotrope reactor, and the plasma regulators. You paint them blue and then highlight them with blue so they look like they're glowing, especially if you let it spill over a little bit onto the surrounding area.
Yeah, it does look good. The way I did it was to use a white undercoat and then glaze it with blue, but I don't think the blue glaze is sold anymore.
No, I mean, you could do it with the new contrast paints. It would have the same sort of effect. So that's sort of another way of doing it as well. Anyway, then we're on to our mission for this issue, which involves plasma things. So we'll get on to that straight away.
So here we have our mission for this issue. The Space Marines are trying to defend some of the few remaining plasma storage and production facilities in Kaylon, and the Death Guard are trying to capture them as we go into our mission Plasma Harvest. We have the Space Marine deployment zone on the left in the city part and the Death Guard in the right in the mechanist part, and there are 6 objectives on the map. So there's various pipes on the city side, the 2 thermic plasma relays and the hemotrope reactor are their objectives, and as always, to hold an objective you have to have the most models within 3 inches of it at the end of the game. So for the deployment, both players roll off and the winner decides who deploys first, and then we alternate deploying, beginning with the player chosen to deploy first, and after all units have been deployed, the player who finished setting up their army first can choose to go first or second. You get a victory point for slaying the enemy warlord, a victory point for each objective you hold at the end of the game, and 1 victory point if you have at least 1 unit in the enemy's deployment zone at the end of the game. And the game lasts for 5 battle rounds, and as usual we have 3 command points each, so we'll go into the army overviews and then rolling off for deployment. So here's our Space Marine army for this mission. We have the Gravis Captain, 2 squads of 5 Intercessors, 3 Aggressors, 3 Hellblasters, and the Land Speeder, and I've gone for the anti-tank loadout with the multi-multi and the missile launchers. And the captain's my warlord obviously, and I'm going to give him the Storm of Fire trait, as I usually do. And here's our Death Guard army. So we have a choice of Lord of Contagion. We've got Lord Gangrus here, 2 squads of 5 Plague Marines, 12 Poxwalkers, 10 Cultists, and the Fetid Bloat Drone.
And my warlord will be Lord Gangrus, obviously, and he's going to have the Rotten Constitution warlord trait this time, which is the one that reduces damage because you've got quite a lot of multiple damage weapons.
So it reduces damage by 1 to a minimum of 1. And so just before we begin deployment, we'll show the battlefield where the objectives are. So starting, we have this little control panel here, and not this pipe, But these 2 pipes are objectives. The 2 plasma relays are objectives, and the hemotrope reactor is objective. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 objectives. So now we're rolling off to see who chooses to deploy first. I've got a 4.
I've got a 6.
So do you want to deploy first, or shall I deploy first?
So I will deploy first then.
Okay.
And my first deployment will be Lord Gangrus in the teleportarium, as usual.
So my first deployment will be a squad of intercessors down here by this objective, and near the ammo boxes as well.
And then I've put down the 10 cultists quite far back because, well, someone's got to hold this objective.
My second deployment will be the other 5-man squad of intercessors in this area terrain at the top of the board.
Then I've deployed the Poxwalkers kind of on the other side of my deployment zone.
My third choice is going to be the Hellblaster squad just behind this intercessor squad in the area terrain.
My next pick is these 5 Plague Marines, and they are behind the hemotrope reactor. They're a little bit further back from the front of my deployment zone, just to try and reduce the firepower on them.
My fourth choice will be the 3 aggressors. They're going to deploy here behind these intercessors.
And I put the other Unit 5 Plague Marines down there in the middle of the road.
My fifth choice will be the captain. He'll go there in the middle of the road to get his aura in range of all my units.
And then my final deployment is the fetid bloat drone. It's going to almost right in the corner over here.
And my final deployment is the land speeder, which is going here just in the road next to the captain. So the Death Guard get to finish deploying first, so you get to pick who goes first.
I'm going to pick you to go first, I think.
Yep, I think that makes sense since you've deployed mostly out of range. So we'll head into Space Marines turn 1. So I'm going to take a little bit of a risk here, since I won't really be able to get anyone in range. This intercessor squad, the aggressors, the land speeder and the captain are all going to stand still, whereas the 2 squads in the area terrain are just going to shuffle around a bit, so the Hellblasters have come down and the intercessors have moved along a bit, so ready to move out. I think I'm going to wait until I can get you into range before I start moving out, because I'll be out of your range of your shooting as well. And the only shooting will be the land speeder. He's going to fire his missile launchers into the bloat drone. So the land speeder has 2 shots, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Good thing we can reroll 1s. Yeah, I can't use a command point to reroll that, so that's 1 hit. So wounding on 3s. I'll reroll that with a command point, so I'm down to 2. Wounded. So it's 80 minus 3, but you've got a 5 plus invulnerable.
5 plus invulnerable, yeah. Nope.
D6 damage. 5.
Disgusting resilient. I have made 3.
Yeah.
Starting rolls mean to go on.
So it's down to 8 wounds. And that will be the end of my turn. So we're waiting for a way to charge, and I've got nothing else to shoot, so be on to Death Guard turn 1.
Well, in my movement phase, everything's going to advance. So
Okay.
we'll start at the top of the board and move down. I'll just roll them all at once.
So we've got the bloat drone,
Let's get an extra 2,
and then the squad of Plague Marines,
3.
and then the cultists going to advance.
Oh, actually, no, the cultists won't advance. Sorry,
Yeah,
but I'll
so
do them
there's-
afterwards. Yeah, sorry. The next Plague Marine squad go an extra 5, and the Poxwalkers an extra 3. So yeah, the results of all that, the bloat drone has managed to get to here. It can't quite hide itself behind the plasma regulator. It's not big enough to
Yeah,
hide.
the land speeder can just about see the left rotor.
And Plague Marines are behind. The cultists have run over here to hide behind the
Hemotrope reactor.
reactor. The other Plague Marines that move further in the road. Poxwalkers have got to there. I'm not going to bring Lord Gangrus in. None of my guns are in range, and I can't charge, so that's the end of my turn.
Right, so we'll head into Space Marines turn 2. Yeah, so in my turn, once again, we're going to hold position and try and get some shots on the Death Guard, so I'll whittle them down before we move out. The only little movement is this one Hellblast has to move, so you can see through that window at this squad of Plague Marines in the middle of the road. Otherwise, there's no movement, so straight to the shooting phase. So I'll start with the land speeder. It will fire its missile launchers at the bloat drone again. So he's got 2 shots hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Rerolling that 1. Into a hit, 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Now I'll take the 1.
5 plus invulnerable save. Nope.
D6 damage. 1. I'll re-roll that. Try and get more. 5 this time.
Better, disgusting resilient. Made 3 again.
So it's down to 6.
Down to 6.
Next to do the 3 Hellblasters. They're going to shoot at the Plague Marines and they will overcharge. So Hellblaster number 1. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, rerolling that 1. Misses. Hellblaster number 2 gets a hit. Hellblaster number 3 gets a hit. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. Ugh, come on, 1 wound.
No armor save, so straight to disgusting resilient. And you get killed. Well, they're all in range, so I'll take this one off this end.
Then this squad of intercessors will also shoot at the Plague Marines in the middle. We've got 5 shots hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Rerolling the 1. Into a miss. 4 hits, wounding on 5s. It's only 1 wound.
AP -1, so that's a fail, and disgusting resilient. No, I made that.
And the other squad of intercessors will also shoot at the Plague Marines. 5 shots hitting on 3s, rolling 1s because of the captain. Good job we can reroll 1s. So that's 4 hits again. And wounding on 5s. Whoa, it's 3 wounds, 1 at AP -2 and 2 at AP -1.
So AP -1 will be 4 pluses, failed both, and AP -2 is a 5 plus, failed that as well. So 3 disgusting resilient, which I've made 2 of. So it'll be another bolt gun dead.
And that's all my shooting. No morale test for them because they only took 2 casualties. On to Death Guard turn 2.
First thing I'll do in my movement phase is advance the Verted Bloat Drone, because it's in the way of those Plague Marines, so it gets to go an extra 4, so that's 14 inches. So that gets this to there, it's just about within range of those intercessors with its plague guns. The 3 remaining Plague Marines in the middle have moved up there 5 inches, because they can get their normal guns in range now.
Yep.
Poxwalkers have just clustered around the objective a little bit, and the same with the cultists. They're just hiding, really.
Yeah, try and hide behind the reactor.
And then these Plague Marines are going to advance again because I want to get the Blight Launcher in range of the Land Speeder. 4 should be enough. That gets them to there, like that, and then I can spend a command point and play Cloud of Flies on them. So that'll be put me down to 2. We won't bring Gangrous in again this turn, so we'll be on to the shooting phase. Start with the Bloat Drone on these intercessors, still in its highest bracket, so these are at strength 6, 2d6 automatic hits. 4. Oh well, keep that I suppose.
Alright.
Wounding on 3s, 3 rolling 1s.
Oh.
It's only 2 wounds, and you're in cover, so you ignore the AP -1.
Yeah, so it's 3 plus armour saves. I made both.
Do the squad of Plague Marines in the middle next thing to shoot everything at the Land Speeder.
Yeah, so they didn't advance.
Nope, so we've got the light launcher, hits on 3s, that's 1 hit. Wounds on a 3, it's only toughness 5, that's a wound.
5 plus armour save. I'll get it in the box. Yeah, I'll get it in the box. I made it! Phew.
Then we've got the plasma gun, I won't supercharge, it's only got 1 shot at this range. That's a good reason.
Yeah,
That's why you don't supercharge.
Good job you didn't supercharge. And a bolt gun.
And a bolt gun. Which hit. And didn't wound. And then we've just got this Blight Launcher over here, because these are advanced.
Yeah.
And it will shoot the Land Speeder as well.
And it is in range.
Ignores ignores the -1 to hit for advancing, because we're Death Guard, so that's 2 hits on 3s, wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s. It's 2 wounds.
2 5 plus armour saves. Made 1.
It will live then, so
It has a charmed life.
and it didn't take 1 damage. No, I won't re-roll that.
So the land speeder goes down to 5 wounds. So
Yeah, that'll be the end of my turn then again.
yeah, so it's on to Space Marines turn 3. So now that the Death Guard are a bit closer, it's time to move out. So the Intercessors squad down here has moved up, just around the pipe. Captain's moved up to the middle, just to provide his aura to all the squads as usual. Land Speeder will stay where it is. The Hellblaster squad has shuffled along that way a bit, just so they can all see the bloat drone in case they have to shoot at it. This Intercessor squad has moved out through the ruins to be able to contest the 2 objectives. And the Aggressor squad is going to advance. They get to go an extra 3. So the Aggressors will finish their movement of their advanced turns up there, just in line with the Intercessor squad. And with that over, it's into the shooting phase. I'll start with the important bit, it's the Land Speeder again. He's going to shoot all of its guns, so the multi-melter is now in range of the bloat drone. Start with multi-melter, 1 shot hitting on 3 rolling 1s. Oh.
Nope.
And the missile launchers, 2 6s. Wounding on 3s. 2 and a 6. Now we'll take just the 6. 5 plus armor save, armed honorable save.
Yep.
Oh. Next I'll do this squad of intercessors. They can see this squad of plague marines in the middle, so they'll shoot at them. Only the sergeant is in rapid fire range. So we'll have 6 shots, hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. It's 5 hits, and wounding on 5s. Whoa, 4 wounds, 3 at AP -2.
Right, so we'll do 3 5 pluses then. Yeah, that's right, 3 fails, yeah, it was a 2. And 1 at 4 plus, I made that, so 3 disgustingly resilient. There they go.
So the Plague Marine squad is wiped down. Next I'll do the Hellblasters. They're going to shoot at the bloat drone, and they will overcharge. So Hellblaster number 1, 2 shots hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. It's 2 hits. Hellblaster number 2, re-rolling the 1s. Gets 1 hit, and Sarge gets 2 hits. So we got 5 hits, wounding on 3s.
Yeah, it's up to 7.
Yeah, so strength 8. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, I'll take those.
Okay, these go to my invulnerable save again, which I've made 2 of, so 2 damage and disgusting resilient. So it still doesn't take 2, which does bracket it at least.
Yeah, it's down to 4 wounds. Finally, this intercessor squad is going to shoot at the bloat drone as well. The guy closest will throw a crack grenade, and the others will fire their bolt rifles. So crack grenade, hitting on 3, rolling 1s. It hit, wounds on 3, didn't wound. And then we've got 8 bolt rifle shots, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. 2s, reroll that 1. Into a miss. 5 hits, wounding on 5s. There's 3 wounds, 1 at AP minus 2, 2 at AP minus 1.
So the AP minus 1s are 4 pluses. I've made both, and then the other one is a 5 plus. No, so that will be a damage unless I can make this, which I can't, so it's down to 3.
So bloke drone's down to 3 wounds, and that will be all my shooting because the captain isn't quite in range, and the aggressors aren't in range of anything either. And I'm not going to declare any charges, so it'll be on to Death Guard, turn 3.
So the bloke drone only has 8 inches of movement now, which means it can't quite get the land speeder in range, so it's just come over here for now. The Plague Marines have moved up here. At the end of the movement phase, I brought down Lord Gangrous since we're here.
Say that now.
Yeah. The cultists have moved up a bit because I'm probably going to have to try and use them to hold both of these objectives by spreading out. And Poxwalkers have just shuffled around a bit to try and get a little bit further away from the aggressors. We'll start the shooting with the bloke drone, and it's going to shoot the Hellblasters. 2d6 automatic hits. 11, that's better. Still winning on 3s because it's only strength 5. So take those 2s away, and let's reroll 1. That's 9 wounds.
Yeah. 9 3 plus armor saves because we are in cover, so we get ignore the minus 1. Failed 2, so Hellblaster goes down. I'll take away this one.
The Plague Marines, the Blight Launcher and the Plasma Gun will shoot at the Land Speeder, and the Bolt Guns will go at the Intercessors.
Okay.
So Blight Launcher on 3s, 2 hits, wounding on 3s. Yeah, it did.
5 plus armor save. Made 1, failed 1.
D3 damage, only 1.
So land speeder goes down to 4.
Yeah, and we're going to have to supercharge the Plasma Gun then to try and get rid of it. So 2 shots on 3s, rerolling 1s.
No,
sorry.
not rerolling 1s.
No.
You're going to use a command point.
Yeah, I'm going to use a command point to reroll that 1.
Into a hit.
So
it's 2
That
hits.
was a 3. Wounding on 3s. Oh no!
Oh,
Nothing.
Charmed life.
6 bolt shots. They mostly hit, so that's 5. Wounding on 4s. Oh, only 2.
3 plus armor save. Made both.
Yep. That's it for my shooting. So in the charge phase, we'll do the bloke drone first. It's going to charge the Hellblasters.
Okay, they might as well overcharge because they've got the captain. Hellblaster number 1. Rerolling that 1. Oh no, he blows up.
Oh dear. So he goes.
So he dies. And Sarge. Oh, don't blow up, Sarge. Phew, there are no hits.
Then its charge distance is 11, so that's plenty.
Way in.
We'll put it here, I think, so that I could potentially pile into the Intercessors if it kills him. I'm going to do Lord Gangrous charging the Intercessors next. 3 of them can see him.
Yeah, so it's these 2 men and this guy on the end can see him. So we've got 6 bolt rifle shots hitting on 6s, we're rolling 1s. We're rolling the 1. So there's 1 hit. Wounding on a 5. No.
Then he needs a 9. He gets a 6. 4 plus would get me there. I think I need it at this point, so use my last command point to reroll this. Yes.
Oh, that's big.
It's I'm out of command points, but he makes his charge in like that, going straight through this wall, because apparently infantry can do that. And then the Plague Marines will charge them as well. They just need to roll something. And not a 3, so they're not going anywhere.
Okay.
In the fight phase, we'll do the bloke drone first. It only has 2 attacks now in this bracket, hitting on 4s. 1 hit, wounds on a 3. No.
Hellblaster Sergeant survives.
Yeah, and then Gangrous will go. He has 4 attacks on 2s. There's 2 1s.
That's good.
Wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s. That's 2 at AP minus 3.
2 6 plus armor saves. Maze neither, so that's 2 dead intercessors.
Yeah, it's a flat 3 damage each.
I'll take away that one and that one. Actually, the intercessors are just going to pile in so they can all get their attacks for what it's worth. 7 attacks from the intercessors, hitting on 3s, you're rolling 1s, as we're near the captain. So that's 7 hits. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. AP 0, so 2 plus armor.
2 plus armor. Just about, yeah.
He's fine. Yeah. And the Hellblaster Sergeant on the bloke drone has 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, you're rolling 1s. They will hit. Wounding on 5s. And you got a wound.
3 plus armor save. Yes.
The end of Death Guard turn 3, on to Space Marines turn 4. So in my movement phase, the Hellblaster and this Intercessor squad have fallen back out of combat. The land speed will stay where it is. The captain has come down here to support this squad of Intercessors that has moved up near the ammo crates, and the aggressors are going to advance again. So they get to go an extra 5 inches. So the aggressors will finish their movement here, and that's all my movement done. On to the shooting phase. So my shooting phase, we're going to start with Hellblaster Sergeant. So he's in range. He'll throw a crack grenade at the bloat drone. So it's one shot hitting on a 4 because we fell back, but re-rolling 1s because of the captain. It hit, wounds on 3. No, wounds on 5, yeah, sorry, it's only strength 6. So he doesn't wound. So we'll do the captain next, since he's the only thing he's in range of is the bloat drone, so you may as well shoot at it. He's got 3 shots hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. He'll hit, really on 5s. Nothing. So it is tempting to try and use all the intercessors to kill the bloat drone, so I can shoot the land speeder at Gangrus, but I think we're going to take the safe option of the land speeder to shoot the bloat drone. So it's going to put all of its guns into the bloat drone. Start with the multi-melter, hitting on 3 rolling 1s. It hit, wounding on a 3. It wounded.
Onto my invulnerable save, which I've made.
And the 2 missiles, hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. Oh, come on. It hits, wounding on a 3. I'm going to re-roll that. Nope. So next, this squad of intercessors will shoot at the squad of plague marines. This guy at the back isn't quite in far range. We've got 9 shots. 9 shots hitting on 3s. Re-rolling 1s. It's 8 hits. Wounding on 5s. So that's 3 4+ armor saves and 2 5+ armor saves.
So we'll do the 4 pluses first. I've made 1 of them, and the 5 pluses, I've made 1 of those, so that's 3 disgustingly resilient, which I've made one of, so 2 plague marines go down. So yeah, we built guns, obviously.
And then this squad of intercessors that fell back will also shoot at the plague marines.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're not in grenade range, so just got 6 bolt rifle shots, hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. 3 so far, re-rolling that 1 into a miss. 3 hits, wounding on 5s. 1 5+ armor save. Oh yes, so yes, they're not within 6 of the captain, so that's 1 4+ armor save. Sorry.
So 4+. Nope. Disgustingly resilient. Nope, that'll be the last bolt gun.
And that'll be all my shooting. I'm not going to declare any charges, so it's on to Death Guard, turn 4. Just before that, we have a morale test for this squad of plague marines down here.
So on a 6, one of them will run away. No. So this is my movement. The 2 remaining plague marines have moved over here, so they are currently holding that objective. Well, Gangrus has moved up here. The still alive bloat drone has moved there. It's just within Space Marine deployment zone, so that will be the point for that if it lives.
I completely forgot about Linebreaker.
Cultists over here have moved, so they hold both of these objectives. And the Poxwalkers have shuffled forwards a little bit. They're just outside of 8 inches of the aggressors, so they could make a long charge potentially.
And chain back to the objective.
Yeah, and still hold the objectives. So we'll be on to the shooting phase. We'll start with the bloat drone. It's going to shoot the big unit of 5 intercessors, so 2d6 automatic hits, only 5. Wounding on 3 still, rerolling 1s. That's 4 wounds, AP -1.
4 4+ armor saves. Made all of them.
And the 2 remaining plague marines are going to shoot at the land speeder.
Yep.
So the blight launcher on 3s, 2 hits, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds.
5+ armor saves. Made 1, failed 1.
So can't kill it with that. It does 3 damage
down
there.
to 1. Yeah, I think its luck's going to run out now.
Maybe. And plasma gun, 2 shots. They both hit.
Not overcharging.
No, not overcharging. They didn't wound.
Yeah. So land speeder's still alive on 1 wound.
Yeah. Well, all these auto guns on the cultists have suddenly become in range. So we'll shoot at these 3 remaining intercessors.
Yep.
So that'll be 6 shots hitting on 4s, 5 hits. Wounding on 5s, 2 wounds.
2 3+ armor saves. Failed 1, made 1. So intercessor takes a wound. Yeah, I'll put it on him.
And the charge phase, the bloat drone might as well charge start the Hellblaster Sergeant.
Okay, he'll try and overwatch again with overcharging, re-rolling 1s. 2 shots hitting on 6s, re-rolling 1s. Oh, you got a hit!
Ah.
Wounding on a 3. And it wounded.
5+ invulnerable save. Yes.
There we go.
I will roll it, it might be important. AA7. So yeah, it'll just go in like a bit like that. And then Lord Gangrus will charge the lone unit of 3.
Okay, so I will overwatch with a grenade and bolt rifles, but we're not within range of the captain, so we can't reroll 1s. So the grenade misses, and 4 bolt rifles get 3 hits, wounding on 5s, 1 wound.
Fortunately only AP -1, because you're not within storm of fire range. Yeah, I make the save. Yeah. And he's going to be in... I will roll it though, just in case. Yeah.
11 again.
Yeah, I should have charged something else.
Yeah.
With that, he'll come over here, so he's holding this objective. And the Poxwalkers will charge the aggressors, who are out of range, so I just need to roll a 8, yes. I did not, so they're not going anywhere. In the fight phase, we'll do Gangrus first. So he has 4 attacks on 2s. Oh, 3 1s.
Wow.
Okay, well this isn't... I'm not going to hold this objective then. That's a wound.
6 plus armor save. Nope.
No, but he kills the wounded guy, but he doesn't hold the objective.
Yeah.
Because he's outnumbered. And then we've got the bloat drone. It will pile in to the land speeder as well. And then, but he obviously has to attack the sergeant, so 2 attacks on 4s. Oh, they both missed.
So these intercessors, they have 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. 4 hits, wounding on 5s. Nothing. And the Hellblaster sergeant has 3 attacks on the blow drone, hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s. 2 wounds.
3 plus armour. Oh dear.
Oh.
And you did the damage
Did a
to
wound.
it.
Down to 2. Now, can the land speeder punch your thing to death and then get blown up by it? Yeah, so the land speeder has 2 attacks hitting on 3s as the crew lean out with, I don't know, knives and whatever they have. So they got 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. No. Oh, can't punch it to death.
No.
But it is only strength 4 now, which is slightly relevant. So it's on to Space Marines turn 5. So here's our movement. So the land speeder has come down here to be within 3 inches of this objective. The Hellblaster sergeant has moved down here near to the ammo boxes, as has the captain. This intercessor squad has moved out to try and get some shots at that cultist squad, trying to deny you the objective. As has that intercessor squad has just moved out of combat with Gangrus, and the aggressors have come down here to be in range of the Poxwalkers at last. So on to the shooting phase. It's going to put all of its guns into the blow drone. So it's got the multi-melter hitting on a 4. Missed. 2 missiles hitting on 4s. 1 hit, wounding on a 3. Oh, the dreaded 1. So the blow drone lives. The aggressors are going to fire their flamers at the Poxwalkers. So we have 66 automatic hits. 23 hits. So first 12 wounding on 3s. 9 wounds so far. Batch of 11. That'll be 15 wounds in total.
So discussing the resilience. Made a few. Have
Made 6.
Made 6, but that's still 9 dead Poxwalkers, so they're now equal numbers. I'll keep the ones behind the thing, I think.
Yep.
We'll do it.
I'll do this intercessor squad next. They're going to shoot at the cultists. This man here is in rapid fire range, the others aren't, so we've got 6 shots. 6 shots hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Good thing we can reroll 1s. Gets 5 hits, wounding on 3s. Oh, 2 wounds, 2 dead cultists.
Yeah, no armor save. Take the melee people from the back.
These 2 intercessors will also shoot at the cultists. They are definitely in rapid fire range. They've got 4 shots hitting on 4s. They all miss. So that plan is going to be scuppered. The Hellblaster sergeant will shoot at the Plague Marines because I think they're slightly easier to wound. Oh no, they don't have an invulnerable save. No, he'll overcharge just for the sake of it. There's no penalty for losing him. So he's got 2 shots hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s, but 2 is a blow up. A hit, wounds on a 3. It did.
No armour, and he's overcharging, so yeah, he kills a Plague Marine.
Yay, but it's probably not going to be enough.
We'll take the champion, I think, because the Blight Launcher might actually be more useful.
Yeah, finally the captain is in range of the bloat drone, so he'll shoot at that. He's got 3 shots hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. They will hit, wounding on 5s. Nothing. And in the charge phase, this aggressor squad will charge the Poxwalkers. So they need a 6 to get in range. They got a 12, so the aggressors finish their charge like that. And the captain will also declare a charge on the bloat drone, because I need to get rid of it to deny you line breaker. It's going to need a 10 though, because he's so far away. No, that's not going to be enough. This intercessor squad will declare a charge on that Plague Marine.
Are you overwatching on 6s? No.
And they need a 10 as well. They get a 12 as well. This intercessor squad has finished its huge charge like that. And down here, so we've just noticed that Gangrus can heroically intervene.
Yeah.
Kindly, because I would move them out of range.
Yeah, if we noticed this earlier in the turn, you wouldn't have left them there. So I'm going to let you move them because it's going to be really important.
It was going to be a sport and let me move them out of the way. So this is where I would have moved the intercessors if I remembered about heroic intervention. So they would still have been within 15 of the Poxwalkers and they still would have missed. So it's on to the fight phase. I'll start with the aggressors because they're fairly important. They have 7 attacks hitting on 4s. That's 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. They all wounded.
Right, it's D3 damage each, isn't it?
So the first one does 2 damage.
It kills a Poxwalker. Well, that's going to be enough.
Yeah, second one does 2 damage.
Kills a Poxwalker.
And the last one does 2 damage.
Kills a Poxwalker,
So the aggressors can take that objective.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll hide behind the objective. The Intercessor squad, they're going to pile in 11 attacks, hitting on 3s. They have 9 hits, only on 5s. 2 wounds.
3 plus armor save. Won't fail one. Disgustingly resilient. He goes down.
So actually this guy will move over here, and this guy will move over here, so I think they can contest both. But that will be the end of my turn. So the Death Guard still hold those 2 objectives over there, and they're definitely solidly in. Although there is a morale test for those cultists, but it's probably not going to be relevant, I don't think.
Well, they lost 2, and that's 8, so that's 2 more than Champion's leadership. So 2 more will run away. I'll have to get rid of one of the auto guns, but...
Yeah, so they definitely hold those 2 objectives.
Yeah.
I currently hold this objective and this objective, and these 2 objectives over here, but that are fiercely contested as we head into Death Guard turn 5.
So in my movement phase, the remaining cultists have shuffled around a bit to get the Champion's auto pistol in range of the Intercessors for maximum firepower. Gangrus has moved his 4 here. And I've moved the bloke drone up here so far, but I'm actually going to advance it now, so just adding this to what it's moved already for. So that's enough. Basically, I just want it to be within 3 of this objective, which it can do, and still be in the Space Marine deployment zone.
Yeah, so that's it, onto the shooting phase.
Start the shooting phase with the bloke drone, and shoot the Intercessors. 2d6 hits, 7, average. Winning on 4s now, because it's in its lowest bracket. Rerolling 1s. That is 4 wounds.
4 plus armor saves. I failed 2, so an Intercessor will die. I'll take away the one closest to Gangrus.
Okay. And then we've got the cultists who have 11 autogun and auto pistol shots at those Intercessors. 11 shots hitting on 4s. 7 hits. Wounding on 5s. 2.
2, 3 plus armor saves. Maybe one failed one, so the regular Intercessor will take a wound.
And then Gangrus will charge the 4 Intercessors over here.
Okay, so we'll throw 1 grenade, and then 6 bolt rifle shots in Overwatch. Grenade hitting on a 6. Nope. 6 bolt rifle shots. Hitting on 6s. 1 hit. Wounds on a 5. We did.
Armor save. Well, he failed. And disgusting resilient. He failed that.
Oh.
So he takes a wound.
So he's down to 5 wounds.
Yeah. And then his charge.
Yep.
His charge distance. Oh, only 3, but I think
That's
it's enough.
definitely in.
Yeah.
That's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
You didn't get a double 1.
So he charges there, and then he'll pile in like this, and his base is so big he can actually be in range of both objectives at once. Although you actually got 2 guys on the other one, so it doesn't make any difference. And he's got his 4 attacks. Let's try not to do the triple 1, please. Right, that's 4 hits and double death false emperor, so that's 6 hits.
Super mad about missing.
And then rerolling 1s though. So that's 4 wounds.
4 wounds is enough to kill them all.
Oh, you've only made
I only made 1, so Sarge lives. Sarge gets to hit back, but it's irrelevant, so I won't bother rolling it.
You can't kill him.
So, I mean, he has to make a morale test, which I passed. But even if he ran away, the Death Guard would still hold that objective, because they'd have 2 models next to it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the game, the Death Guard control this objective, this objective, this objective, and they have Line Breaker for 4 victory points, whereas I hold this objective, and this objective for 3 victory points. 4 victory points to 3 for a Death Guard victory. So we'll recap that for you now. So that was the mission for issue 57 of Warhammer 40,000 Conquest. How did you think that went?
Well, I did win in the end, obviously, but it was a bit of a peculiar mission, and I didn't feel like I was going to, for most of it, to be honest.
It was a pretty close game. It did come down to the final. If you'd only killed 1 Intercessor, I would have won by holding that objective.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Although you'd have won a moral victory anyway for letting me move those Intercessors out of sequence.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, this isn't some kind of... this isn't like a match play. This isn't a tournament game.
Yeah.
If I'd noticed that earlier in the turn, I would have told you, and it would have seemed a shame that... Because it was going to be fairly close, obviously, so it would be a shame if you'd lost because you hadn't noticed. So, anyway, if you're really angry at us for that, then say so in the comments, but, this is only a friendly game.
Yeah, we're not. This is just a casual game. I mean, it seemed that most players playing this would just be fairly casual about it.
Yeah.
But I don't think at any point though. I think it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Although there were points where, like if Gangrus had failed his charge, I would just run away.
Yeah.
And I'd have abandoned those objectives, but my plan was to more sort of deny you objectives by killing your units rather than actually taking them myself.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, if I'd killed your bloat drone, I could hold the 2 that were nearest my objective. I mean, I was tempted early on to just fire frag missiles at your cultists and stuff like that to make them run away. Yeah. Because I assumed you'd use your poxwalkers and the cultists as you did to hold the back line.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're actually big enough, the Poxwalkers and the Cultists, that you could just like string them out. I mean, you could easily fit the Poxwalkers between the two relays.
Yeah, I could. That would have felt a little bit cheesy.
Oh, it would be.
And if you killed even a few of them, I would have been rather stuck.
And you can remove casualties so a unit ends up not in coherency, but as long as that unit never moves again, you don't have to move them into coherency.
Yeah, exactly. It says if you move, you have to move in coherency, but they don't.
And it kind of worked out. I mean, I killed all your Plague Marines in the end. But I think I spent too long trying to shoot at you rather than moving. Perhaps it would have been better to move out early on. Although that said, I didn't move on my first turn because I wouldn't have been able to get into range, and you would have, or would have been more likely to, so I didn't bother. And in the second turn again, you would have been rapid fire range and I wouldn't. So I was trying to minimise your shooting, which I guess paid off a bit. Most of your kills are in melee.
Oh yeah, I mean, you kind of called my bluff, because I made you go first because I knew you were mostly out of range. I deployed deliberately so that you would, but then you didn't move, so then I wasn't in range either.
Yeah, I learnt from my mistake in the last game. And
then as you say, my kills are mostly in melee. In fact, my shooting was largely ineffective.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been better to try and move out the aggressors earlier on, and you might have tried to ignore them, or they might have been the only target at that point.
Perhaps. I mean, I put the Poxwalkers where I put them because, essentially, to draw out your aggressors. I thought, well, the Poxwalkers are going to have to hold an objective, or attempt to, so you're going to have to send something to deal with them. That was just my way of getting you aggressors out of the game.
And I think I was right to not charge the captain into gang risk, because I think he would have just died. Because three damage is just going to get annihilated.
Yeah, and then that would have been Slay the Warlord, and that would have been a victory point, which you didn't really have to give away.
Yeah, and both of our vehicles lived relatively charmed lives. Landspeeder survived instead of the bloat drone.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, you could say, I made a lot of disgusting resilient for my bloat drone, which I did, and honourable save. But
to be honest, I think the Landspeeder just missed most of the time.
It did,
I think he rolled fairly badly. He had to re-roll a lot at once.
Yeah, but then again, I failed to kill it, despite most of the shots I fired in this game were at that Landspeeder.
Yeah, it made more than... I think it made 3 out of 6 armour saves, so that's above average. And your plasma gun fell to wound at the end.
Yeah, exactly. So it lived. But the fact the bloat drone survived...
Yeah, that was important. He won you the game through Line Breaker, which I completely forgot about, actually, during the game.
Well, I did as well, until I suddenly realised, I could actually move this into a corner zone.
And other points, like, if I didn't make that 12-inch charge at the end of the game,
then
you would have won more convincingly.
Yeah, but then also Gangrous rolled 3 1s in one fight phase, and killed one guy. So lots of points where it could have swung either way.
There's lots of little things that there's no point where you could say that this Burns is going to win the game now.
No.
I suppose from the distribution of the objectives, you could say the Space Marines have an advantage because they're slightly closer, I think, to the Space Marines. But then the 2 long pipes are slightly harder to hold, I guess. And the Plague Marine ones you can hide behind them. So I don't think the board setup is particularly imbalanced either. I mean,
it provides it's an asymmetrical setup, which means that you're always kind of interesting. It wasn't in where you got to have some fighting on that bit of the board up at the top left corner.
Yeah, it's not just a big scrum in the middle.
Yeah, because nobody's gone over there for ages. There's been no point.
I said before, it'd be interesting to play this game with rolling victory points. So you get a victory point for each objective you hold at the end of a battle round. That'd be interesting to do.
Yeah, it would.
See if that affects the balance of the scenario at all.
Yeah.
Storm of Fire really paid off in this game as well.
Yeah,
I rolled a lot of 6s.
I would have made a lot of armors. Yeah, actually, your intercessors wounding Plague Marines
they did.
Amazing.
They did really well this game.
Well, and having 2 squads of 5 now, it gives you quite a lot of flexibility as well.
It's certainly more flexible than a squad of 10.
And they're never likely to be my highest target priority either, so they're more likely to survive towards the end.
The weird strength of intercessors, that they aren't going to be the priority target, so they tend to survive.
Yeah,
and they can, if you support them, can actually chip away at things. I mean, they do struggle with Death Guard, to be honest.
But then that's another thing the new codex addresses to some extent with the tactical doctrines, giving them extra AP if you put the tactical doctrine on. Alternatively, they could, in the codex, you can give them Stalker Bolt rifles.
Which are AP -2 damage 2.
Yes.
They're AP -3 on the first turn at least.
Yeah, exactly. So that increases their firepower quite dramatically.
Yeah, so I don't think there's anything more to say about this mission. So if you like this content, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, if you play these scenarios, tell us how you got on. What did you think of the scenario? What did you think of our tactics? We've been the Tabletop Donkeys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye.